What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be looking at this propane cover from ADCO. Now this is made for 30-pound, dual 30-pound propane tanks. So it's going to help cover that up, just protect it from the sun, people from messing with it, and really just to keep it looking nice with your rig. Sometimes some people don't want to see the propane tanks. They'd rather them just be covered up, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Let's check it out. Now if you're looking at this color and thinking it's not really your style, it does come in two other colors. You got the diamond plating, which is actually like a silver reflective surface, and then you have the camo one. Now the diamond plating one is going to be made out of the heavy duty vinyl just like this white one, but the camo one is actually made out of a thermoplastic. They're all going to hold up just fine for you. Another great thing about the cover is if you need to get in there and access your propane tanks, you have the zipper up here up front. You can quickly unzip it and get in there and adjust the valves or whatever you need to. And actually on this one, the gauge and stuff's on the other side, so we could just flip the cover around. That way we have access back here just the same. But it was easier to show you guys the zipper up front. Another upside to the cover is that if you need access to it, you don't have to take the cover fully off. You just got the zipper up front. You can unzip it, get in there and access the valves or whatever you need to get to. So you don't have to always take off the cover when you need to access the propane tanks. I think that's a really positive thing about this cover, because that would be, I mean, it's not hard to put the cover on and off, but that's just one less thing you got to do. Now you've probably seen a couple different covers for your propane tanks up front. There are ones that are like a harder plastic or polypropylene, and they cover it the same way, except they can access it through the top, so you can unscrew the top and reach down in there. Now that's a heavy duty cover. It's probably going to protect better against rocks and stuff to get kicked up towards your propane tanks, but I think this soft cover does the job just fine. You know, I think there's maybe more room in here to even access the tanks from the front. The other one seems like it had a smaller cover up top, which I guess you can still get in there, but I like having to be able to do that. You can even flip off the top section here to get to what you need to. I don't know if you all can tell or not, but it's actually pretty windy out here today, and that's why I'm pointing out the bottom that actually cinches around the bottom of the tank. So if you're worried about the wind picking up the vinyl cover and moving it around or anything, you can see the wind's not really affecting it at all. It's not going to move it up and off this tank. It's actually a pretty snug fit for these dual tanks, so I'm kind of impressed with that part. The one thing I'm a little iffy on is the insert up here. It's actually got a kind of very thin board that comes with it, attaches in the middle. I'll show you it here. I guess it's like two pieces of particle board connected in the middle, and you put that on top so it keeps its shape. I think it's also maybe so if it rains, it doesn't pool here in the middle, because if it wasn't there and didn't have any support, the rain could just sit on the cover. That's going to cause problems over time. So I think that's probably there to keep it and the rain off, so it can just run off. It's not in the way or anything. It's not hard to install. I don't know, it'd be nice if it was actually sewed into the top of the cover. That way, if you did take it off, you didn't have to worry about keeping that board separate or keeping track of that, making sure they didn't go anywhere. So whether you have it just to cover up your propane tanks because you don't want to see them, or you actually want them protected from the sun and protect your valves and your hoses in there, keep them all nice and protected from all the elements and the sun damage, this is going to do both those great. I think it's a good addition to your propane tank. It does make it look way nicer with them covered up, I think anyway. And I completely believe it's going to stay on there as you're traveling. You're not going to have any issues with it blowing off or just coming loose on you. So, I mean, it checks all the boxes I wanted it to. I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this helps.